Hey, welcome back to the film room, man. It's been a minute. Been kind of a long off season, but we're back into it. We've got the preseason. Let's get into it. Got a handful of things we're going to try to run through this week. Right now, first up, we're going to hit Michael Pratt. Pratt did not have a ton. I think he had, what are we looking at, 7 attempts, 2 incomplete, so 5 for 7. And we'll go into each one of these. So we're just going to look at all 7, kind of see how he did, see how he played. I was curious about this. I liked him out of Tulane. Kind of wanted to see what he did. Seemed like I do with a limited arm, but smart, made good decisions. So they didn't ask him to do too much, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But there we go. Nice, easy throw to DeBose. This is kind of a core concept from the Packers. You've got this called Dragon Slant Flat. On this side, it's what they're running. And what you're looking to do, man, if this dude here clears, looking for him to clear to the flat, you throw into a window right there. Should have done that in a different color. There we go. Looking to throw that into a window. After he clears out, you just throw it to DeBose. Hit the 3-step concept. 1, 2. I say 3. He kind of slow steps it a little bit, so the timing still works. And shotgun's a little different anyway. But there we go. Bam, bam. Sets. He's looking right there. You can see him. He's set to throw. He's clearing. He's going to hit that window. Nothing much to it, but on time. Little behind DeBose. I don't know if he's trying to protect him there or something. I don't think so. No one's coming. Puts it on his back hip as opposed to out in front of him. If he puts it out here, maybe he gets lit up. Maybe that's nitpicking, but you would like to see that out a little bit more. So accuracy perspective, it was fine. It was on the back hip. If that's tighter coverage, that's probably knocked away. So you would like to see that out there, but pretty simple read, simple concept for his first throw out there. And did perfectly fine with this. Next one's going to be kind of a mesh look. So we've got these crossers from Heath, and I think that's Sims. Reads it to Heath, gets it out to Heath on the crosser there. So usually what you're doing for this, for mesh, this is kind of like a mesh rail look. So you've got this corner here. That's the first one you're hitting. But that's an alert. That's usually a glance over there. If that's open with that safety shaded, likely not going to be open. That's the dude you want to hit there. If you don't do that, then you read out the mesh point, which is right here. So you're going to read them coming across, read the middle, read the leverage of the linebackers, all of that, and go from there. And then you've got the rail out there. That's another one that if you like it, if he wants to peek at that, and that looks like it's going to be open, based on how the coverage is distributing, he can throw that. Generally, that's kind of, you don't throw that unless you know it's open, more or less. And then you've got, Sims then, I think is going to, actually, I think I've got that slightly wrong. I think Sims is going to run the other crosser. Not that it matters that much. And then we've got Joel Wilson kind of running that sit over the top. So he's going to throw here across the field there. Right there to Heath. So we got DeBose at the takeoff there. We've got Heath coming across, hit the wrong thing there. Heath coming across. You can kind of see the way this is shaking out. Like he's passing off. He's not going to be able to get over the top. They're trying to get over the top. You got that guy sitting in the middle. So he kind of sees this is going to be Heath. Again, the rail's kind of covered up there. We'll look at his head here too to see what he's doing. He kind of comes across there on the back hip. He really could have gone to either one because they're in, it looks like the Browns are in like a man coverage. Now this guy here is going to pass off here. You can kind of see him. Let's do this. Oh, I cannot do that in this version apparently. He's going to cut off there. You could go with either one of those guys, but I think he just went with Heath first by default, I suppose, and got him there. So that doesn't really matter too much in terms of where he goes. You made a good read there. That's good. Now we'll watch his head to see what he does. He's looking, looks like he's looking rail first. I think probably due to the safety over here, he's not looking the vertical over there, which is fine, I guess, depending on how they read that. The rail to that running back there could be the alert, depending where the safety is. With him shaded over there, that's probably out of the picture. So he's looking rail, and once that's not there, just read the middle. He's reading it. You got some traffic. He's not over the sit. You're not throwing the sit. He's just kind of looking straight down the middle. He sees that guy's kind of late, so he's going to shoot over there. Good decision. Puts it right on the money. He's able to get it. Run. Pretty solid read. Again, goes alert check to the middle, reads off between those two guys, throws to a guy, hits it on the money. I like that one. This one is going to be Lion, which is kind of a follow concept. This is the Melton drop here in the red zone. So we'll have, there we go, kind of a clear out from Wilson. Sorry, still learning the names here. Watched a lot of Wilson tonight. I liked him overall. And he's throwing to Melton. So what you're trying to do here, you clear out, hit that little follow here, and we'll take a look. I can't remember what he's doing. But you're really reading, I mean, it's really kind of like 1 to 2, but you expect that to be the follow. So you don't expect the 1 really to be there. He's looking there. He's reading. He's setting up. You've got, he's going with him. 39's heading out. So he's out of the spot there. He's trying to clear that window. You're trying to hit that window there. 39 clears out. As soon as he sees that, all right, I'm hitting the follow. Not a huge window there. You can see he's getting ready to throw. Coming over. He's on top. You got to hit that window right there. Look at this from the other angle too. It's really nice throw. Just pops it right up. I guess DeBose is kind of, this is one on DeBose. I was going to talk about, we'll probably do something on DeBose at some point. I really like DeBose, but one of his issues has been getting off jams. Not that we're talking about him right there, but man, he's just getting beat up. There's no release package there. So I'd like to see that out of DeBose. We are not getting into that now, but since we're here, might as well hit it. So again, he's trying to hit window there-ish, maybe there-ish, I guess. And we've got, all right, so he's going to look. You're reading off. You're making sure that's open. So you've got Sims, or I'm sorry, not Sims, Wilson there, trying to carry that guy to clear the window underneath is what he's doing. We'll watch what he's doing with his head. Directing the motion here. He's looking down the middle. That guy's stuck in place. He goes over here to check Wilson. 39's clearing out. So watch his feet. Looking down the middle, set. He just sets the throw. I think if he sees Wilson going, maybe he sets that. Maybe they told him not to throw that at all. I could see him setting quick and going up that way, the way his feet are, if nothing's there. But he's just setting and throwing to the follow. Again, hits Melton. Nice throw. Again, threading it between those two guys there. Melton just can't quite hang on. So, tough break on that one. Pops up in the air. Luckily, it wasn't an interception, but I think nice read. Good throw by Pratt. I don't think he's have a hose of an arm, but that short area kind of leading a guy up he can do, as we just saw there. So, see what he does here. This one I really like. This is probably my favorite throw of the day. That Melton one is up there. This concept itself is really cool. I like this a lot. This looks like, so he goes back shoulder up to Hicks, I believe that is. Again, still learning names. So usually they'll run this little, stick. It's 2nd and 9. You can see that up there, 2nd and 9. They're running these little, usually these 5-yard outs, and you got to clear out here. Stick or Omaha or whatever you want to call it. It's a concept they run a lot. And so they're showing this. You've got single high, bunch of guys at the line. You got man-to-man out here. Now they're not doing, it doesn't look like they're doing can calls. He's not adjusting anything. This is just a specific kind of look that they wanted to give. This is something they want to try out. I really like this idea. So instead of the stick like that, they are instead keeping that, do a little stop and go, and then here, little hitch. So instead of stick, you got more of like a smash fade over here with this kind of fade from the middle and this hitch on the outside. It's a really cool look, and especially against single high. What this basically turns into then is smash fade away from the safety there, man-to-man coverage up front. So you've got that, and then you're just selling it with what looks like stick, and you got a little stutter in the middle there. So really, really nice concept. What I like about this too, not just the concept, but if you look, okay, we're gonna look at this from the other side too. Pratt's looking, he's making sure that safety's stuck in place because, realistically, safety is not going to be able to get over to cover that fade, even single high. You've seen it on occasion, but he's on that opposite hash there. That's really hard to do unless he bolts immediately. So Pratt's not really, it's less holding him with his eyes and more just checking to make sure he's not bolting for the over the trips there. Because you've got this, 3-by-1 formation here. And so it's possible they're trying to disguise. Maybe they drop in, linebacker back, or maybe they're bumping him over, you're dropping this guy back, you go into a too high, or maybe this guy blitzes over there, and so you've got him trying to cap the fade immediately. Whatever they could be doing, it's not so much holding with the eyes. You're looking right there, okay, just confirming he's stuck in place, he's not moving, which means I got man-to-man on the outside. I like Hicks. Now, all that being said, you like the man-to-man, but he's on top. Dude is kind of capping over the top there. He's going to stick right with him. So instead of throwing that ball over the top, Pratt goes back shoulder with it. I really like that. Again, this is kind of like adjusting on the fly. You're throwing where you're throwing to what you're supposed to be throwing to. You're confirming the safety's there. You're throwing the route, but maybe it's not quite there the way you want it, so you go back shoulder. There's maybe you could see a window. I mean, he's over the top. You could put this, if you want to, out there, again, away from the safety, but that's a much more difficult throw. You're layering that over the top. It's got to be perfect. So I kind of like that. Use the length of the wide receiver. Throw that back shoulder. That's a nice throw by Pratt there. So we'll look at this again from this angle. We're going to watch his helmet. I'm going to watch what he does here with the safety, single eye safety in the middle. See him just kind of staring right down. All right, man. This is annoying. Sorry. All right, we got you. Staring right down the middle. You're staying in place. I'm just going to loft this up over the top. Give my dude a chance. Back shoulder. Go to Hicks. Nicely done. This one here, I think it's his only other incompletion, which is off strike. Which the footwork here is, I don't know, it's lazy because I don't know how they want to teach it with him. It's just not what I'm used to seeing from them. So this is a core concept from them. You fake play action one way, so you kind of get everyone moving that way. You get the vertical route that way, and then you run this deep kind of basic or dig or in cutter, or whatever we'll call it, behind it. So it's just kind of quick hitter, fake it, take a couple steps back, fire that sucker on the end cutter as it's going. His feet, again, I'm not going to harp on his feet because I don't know what they teach on this one. I do know how I've seen them run it. I don't necessarily see them run it like this. His timing is still fine, but you usually get a little more depth in the pocket than this. Like he's set up right there. What is that? On the 36. He's set on 36 before the snap. And then he throws that from like the 35, right? Like it's weird. Usually you take a couple steps back on that. It's a from under center, it's a 5-step drop. Usually from shotgun, you see 2 to 3 with that. Usually 3 out of that. So to see him just kind of like stand in place, it works. Like the timing works. It's one of those things that as I was watching, that's kind of strange. That looks a little weird. You can see the guys are pulled up. You're attacking the space behind him. So he throws it. Now the thing is, this guy here is firing down here. So you've got that. You've got him cutting there, but you're running him right into that dude. Now, I mean, they run this all the time. You will see them throw this, and you can see him, and this is one of those, if I could ask him, did you throw that to your guy down low to try to protect him? Because that's what it looks like. Because if you throw that high, you can look at him bracing him. Like he is going to destroy that man. But if he's throwing it low, is that to try to protect him? Ball is not caught. That's a tougher throw than it could be. A lot of times you could see, that's the alert. He's not throwing that unless he likes it. You really only have this check down over here, which is usually where this would end up going then, if you don't like that single high safety in the middle. So this is one I think I would have where it's just, okay, he's not even backing up that much. I don't even think he looks out off the safety. He's just staring that down. So the safety doesn't even have to back up. He's not doing anything at all. If we just watch him at the snap, he's backing up, but like just barely backpedaling. And so he's able to attack that as soon as it comes down. It's a well-coached defense. Browns are a good defense, but we'll look at his head here. I don't know that he tries to look him off. So this is one that you could say, all right, this is probably when you probably move off, throw the check down. He looks at him a little, I guess. You can see him kind of, but not much, right? Like it's that initial kind of look right there, his little head. And then he turns and doesn't really try to do much else with it. And he's like, I'm just going to fire this in. Now, again, man, that's a good throw. The outstretched arms of that guy, you don't have much of a window. You put that in his hands. You're putting that low to protect himself. I have a hard time judging what players should or should not do. This is one, Again, it's usually a one read concept. You can go, then you go check down if you don't like it. You go alert, throw that vertical route if you like that early on. This one here, you would like to see him probably do more with the safety. Try to get him moved off, do a little bit more with your feet, move back a couple steps, stare at, I think that's Hicks there, stare at him a little bit. Just try to create a little more space in the middle field where you're forcing that safety to back up. He doesn't do that. He makes for a bad. Now, again, good throw. He puts it down low, but you'd like to see him do a little bit more to move that safety. So, let's say a little bit of work there. Placement on that's really, really good. Even if maybe the decision and the pre-snap stuff maybe is not necessarily. This one is just, man, I don't know what to do with the Packers screen game, man. They used to be so good, dude. They used to be so good. Not to play it back in my day, but back in my day, man, they were real good. The timing, that's another one. Like you could see if you want, you drift away from pressure a little bit. He's trying to sell this over the middle. Maybe a little too much. Maybe you need to come off that a little earlier, see what's going on. They're letting these guys through, as you do, and so. But you'd like to see him maybe back up a little bit, buy himself a little more time, loft this over here. But at the same time, there's just not a whole lot there. You've got two dudes here. I think is that Monk and Ryan maybe, who just let this guy get through. So he gets it. I mean, Pratt gets it out to do nothing. And then they just get hit. So again, that's they're looking to hit him. Balls in the air. I don't know as far as a timing thing, but he slips right through the block. You can see the eyes are elsewhere on Ryan. I think he's looking to go downfield. Monk just either doesn't see him or isn't going for him, and you can see, what was that, 75 and 62. So it's these two guys right here. So Sean Ryan, I think that's Monk. Might be wrong on that, so I apologize if I am. So he's looking to leak out. You can see Ryan looking to leak out there. He's supposed to be blocking there. Say you could maybe buy a little more time there, but ultimately Pratt does put it in the hands of that guy as he's getting hit. So, I don't know if I want to put that one too much on Pratt. I think maybe you can buy a little bit more time there. But he puts it in his hands where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. I don't put that on Pratt. That just feels like just another failure in the screen game. So that's fun to say. This one's not much of anything, just a little touch pass. Timing's fine. Placement's fine. You can't really say anything more than that on a touch pass. So I will say, just watching all of these, I'll kind of run this one as I'm kind of finishing up here. I liked what I saw out of him. I think there's, he's a rookie, 7th round rookie. You're not expecting the world out of him. Again, that strike play, you could probably do a little bit more with that safety than he did, as we kind of talked about. But I think the placement on all of his throws looked really good. I think if you want to, the more I watch this one, and say whether he was trying to throw back shoulder in here, I don't know. I think he was just based on kind of where the coverage was as it was there. I think he's trying to throw away from the middle and all that. But I think placement's good. The footwork thing was a little weird to me, but that's just because it looks a little weird. I don't know that it didn't mess with the timing or anything. But I think overall, I think it's a nice little showing. Again, 6 to 7 attempts. Not much. And they didn't ask him to do much. You had, just to run through the stuff real quick, Dragon, little slant flat mesh. Lion, which is a little follow slant concept. Stick, that's the back shoulder one we just saw. Strike, the wide receiver screen, and a touch pass. They didn't ask him to do much. That is all stuff they will run in a game. I think he operated it well. So not ready to say, one thing. And not ready to make any grand proclamations yet, I will say, but I say just in how he approaches, how he was able to run the offense and doing what they asked him to do, and I think doing it well enough. I thought this was a pretty impressive first outing from Michael Pratt, so I'm curious to see what he does. Curious to see a little more from him, I guess, as the season goes on, preseason goes on. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I know this went a little long. I tend to ramble on these things, but I believe that's what you're all here for, and if you're not, I apologize profusely. So I will probably do a couple more of these this week. Thank you all for watching.